Round 4 of IM1 in Australia is about to be underway. And it is. Silence gets a good start off the line, but Monkey Butt Jr. gets an even better start. Down the inside, Silence is knocked off the track. He goes from first to last, just like that. And Redeemer goes from last all the way up to second place, now chasing the Mercedes of Monkey Butt Jr. Redeemer's gonna send it down the inside line. He takes the lead from Monkey Butt Jr. last to first, and Silence is already slowly making his way back up, passing Tess. The McLaren of Redeemer goes from last to first on lap 1. An amazing start there for the McLaren. Not an amazing start, though, for the Alpine, as everyone just wanted to attack in turn 1, and he all the way got dropped down. But here we go with the McLaren on to lap 2, absolutely flying. Silence in third place, trying to catch the Mercedes in front of him. And the Ferrari of Tested Fish started up in third and got knocked down by Silence into fourth. We can see the Mercedes just peering behind the McLaren of Redeemer as he gets stuck, and Monkey Butt takes back the lead of the race. What an amazing battle between these two, but here, the battle between those two slowed them down a bit, and now the Alpine is catching up now. And there goes the McLaren once again. They're gonna try to go 3 wide. This could be chaotic once again, and the Mercedes is bumped off. The McLaren takes that. The Mercedes tried to attack him, and the McLaren is bumped off. Silence goes from last back up to second. Can he take back the lead of the race where he started? And it looks like he can, as they're going side by side, and no, Redeemer still keeps the lead, and there goes Monkey Butt, passing Silence. What an amazing battle these three have had so far. There's still a lot more laps to go, though. The Alpine chasing the Mercedes now. Where is he going to find the time where he can overtake him again? The Alpine seems faster in the corners. Here's the McLaren point of view, in the lead right now, on lap 3, headed on to lap 4. What's going to happen? A few laps later, it's lap 6. The Alpine is just settled right behind the Mercedes. The Mercedes gets stuck, and that's going to allow the Alpine to try and get past, but he can't. The Mercedes still has that lead, and he bumps the Alpine off. Great defense from the Mercedes. And now the McLaren's going to get an even higher head start off the line. And now he's going to be almost an entire lap caught up to the Ferrari. So the Ferrari will be lapped soon. Tested Fish has not been doing good this season. But that's not the point right now. The point is, the Alpine now is very far behind. But Monkey Butt Jr. is in second. Few laps later on lap 8, Alpine is finally catching up to the Mercedes just a little bit. Can he try to get past the Mercedes now in a clean line of advantage? We're going to find out here. There's the Ferrari that's about to get lapped, and the Mercedes gets stuck. That's going to allow Silence to take back second place. Now all he has to do is just get past the lapped boat. And yeah, he's going to be able to do that right here as Tested Fish in the Ferrari lets the Alpine through. Can Silence, in the Alpine, work his way back up to Redeemer and take back the lead where he started? Few laps later on lap 10, it looks like it could be that way. If the Alpine catches up to the McLaren in just a smither of time and the McLaren messes up a line, the Alpine does look like it has a little bit more speed in the corners. The McLaren has more speed in the straights. The Alpine is catching up now. Anything can happen as the Alpine and the McLaren go on to the next lap. They're very close now. Anything can happen under the Rolex sign into turn 1 and 2. Here comes the Alpine. They're very close once again, side by side. Can the Silence take the lead from the McLaren? No, he can't. The McLaren stays ahead. Very good defense from the McLaren of Redeemer. And no, he gets stuck. Silence finally has that chance, and he takes the lead. Silence takes back that first position. That's very impressive. McLaren gets stuck now. And yeah, that's very impressive from Silence to go from first to last all the way back up to first. A lot of the drivers have been doing that recently, and now the McLaren has to focus on catching up to Silence in order to take back the lead if the McLaren wants to extend the championship. There's a safety car, probably an issue with the Ferrari blocking traffic on the way. Here they come, lined up behind the McLaren, the Ferrari. All of them are there, and they are going back to a green flag. And now, Silence has to trail off the line. Can he keep a good distance from the McLaren, who's getting very close now? Also, the Mercedes caught back up too, behind the pack. Now, looks like the Alpine is going into the pit lane, so that's going to be a little bit of time. But it looks like that's going to give back the lead to Silence. Yeah, Silence back in the lead later on lap 13. There's another safety car. Silence, Redeemer, Monkey Butt, and Tested Fish all getting ready for a green flag at any moment. And it is green. Silence trailing off from the McLaren. But can Redeemer catch up to Silence in the next few laps' time? It looks like it's going to be that way. Are we going to see another battle between these two? Into turn 1, McLaren takes a very good line, and it is! The McLaren and Silence. Redeemer and Silence make contact, and so do the Mercedes. The Mercedes and the McLaren make contact, and that allows Silence to get a better lead head start. And that's going to slow down the McLaren now, trying to catch up to the Alpine. What is going on in this race? Alpine gets stuck a little bit. Where can the McLaren go? Down the inside line. Very impressive move into the turn to overtake Silence and take the lead of the race. Monkey Butt Jr. also takes that place from Silence. Back. Really good start. Lap 19, the final lap. The McLaren getting a good start down the Louis Vuitton sign underneath. And there goes Monkey Butt Jr. The Mercedes takes the lead of the race on the final lap. Coming around the corner, going on to lap 20. Can the Mercedes keep the lead for the final lap? If he can, it'll be Monkey Butt Jr.'s first ever IM1 win. We're going to see what happens. He's been doing very good the entire season, coming around into turn 5 and 6. What is going to happen now? Monkey Butt Jr. under the tag hydra sign. The McLaren following strictly behind. It looks like Monkey Butt Jr. has a good advantage, but the McLaren is catching up with decent speed. Can Monkey Butt Jr. keep the lead of the race? They're about to lap the Ferrari one more time. Monkey Butt Jr. is getting past the Ferrari easily. Is the Ferrari going to hold the McLaren up? He is a little bit, but the Mercedes and Monkey Butt Jr. come around the final corner for the first time in IM1. Monkey Butt Jr. wins the Australian Grand Prix. What an amazing race today, everyone. This was such a critical race. Monkey Butt Jr., Redeemer, Silence, Tested Fish. We will see you in Bahrain.